Welcome back, guys, to Gran Turismo 7. Today we are going to be taking a look at the next car from update 1.55 as a part of this series. So last time out we drove the Ioniq 5N, and I will say that car was extremely underwhelming and I was very unimpressed with it. Today we're going to be driving probably the next most interesting car of the four down from the Ioniq 5 and the F3500, and that is the EF Civic Si Extra. Now, this one is not necessarily the cheapest. It is the second cheapest of the bunch. Technically, it's third cheapest if you count the free Ioniq 5N the majority of us probably got from watching the viewers campaign for the World Finals. So we're going to do kind of the same thing as last time. We're going to use this car stock, and we're going to go modify it. And typically, I would use my stick shift with this, but I just don't feel like setting it up right now, and I don't enjoy how this game plays with stick shift anyway. So we're going to go to drag. We're going to do Gardens Reverse, because I feel like I'm going to start a new leaderboard there if I haven't already. Yeah, there's a handful of cars I've done laps here already. This is where I was testing kind of oversteer friendly, like oversteer happy cars that tend to get skatey under braking. All right, the VTEC is nice, and right away the VR position is a little bit rough. It's a little far back for me, which I mean is honestly a better problem to have than sitting too far forward, which is a case in a lot of cars in this game, including the F3500A. I think the Ioniq 5 had a great driving position. Holy torque steer. Okay. So, I like the EF Civics. I'm more of an EG and EK guy myself, and I talked about this in a post I made when the updates cars were first revealed the day before this went out. I feel like the EF was just a really random car to add in the game because the EG and the EK are already here, and they are vastly superior cars to this car. I mean, we have two different versions of the EG Civic in this game. But it is nice to have another classic Civic in the game, because they are great cars. But I feel like once you get older than the EG, people don't care about them quite as much. I know the EF does have a significant following, but I feel like when it comes down to the Civic, most people only care about the EG and up. So this car does have 9,000 miles on it at the time from the used car dealer. I always like seeing higher mileage cars, but I will take a very pristine, pretty much in terms of mileage car. So right away, I mean, it's definitely got some understeer, typical front wheel drive stuff, but it also drives surprisingly well stock. I will say, for a front wheel driver, I'm pretty impressed so far. This drives better. This drives 10 times better than the Ioniq 5N, which is just crazy. It is significantly slower than the Ioniq 5N, but it drives so much better. Like the fact that I don't hate this car. And it's on comfort mediums. The Ioniq was on sport hards from the very beginning. So the fact that this thing is just significantly better of a car is impressive. Like, I feel like it takes, a lot for a car this old, this lightweight, this slow to be that much better than a brand new car that was honed on the track. But this just generally feels better, and that might just be a GT thing. That probably won't translate to real life. It might be still more fun to drive this than the Ioniq 5N on track, but it won't be faster. And I know for a fact this won't be faster in here either, but I will say I do like this car a lot more in its stock configuration than the Ioniq 5N. A little bit understeer going into the second to last corner here. We're going to see what it does in this right-hand sweeper. This is what tends to make or break cars around here, some of the cars that I've tested here at least. Pin it. Oh, gonna understeer a lot going into the corner exit. It does tighten up towards the end there. But the SI Extra is a fantastic car in that regard, and it took it like a champ. This is probably gonna be one of the slowest times I've done out here. Let's be real. But it definitely drives fantastic. I'm pretty happy with that. 212.2, nothing crazy there. Let's see where it goes on the leaderboard. It is the slowest car I've ever tested around here. But it also is bone stock, so we've got a lot of room to improve. And you guys probably just may have noticed it. This car weighs 2,000 pounds on the nose, pretty much 2,006 pounds. This is a very lightweight car. All it's going to take is just some well-timed mods, and this thing's going to be stupid fast. Let's see if there's an engine swap for it. I knew there would be. The B18C. Okay, that's a pretty solid choice of an engine. Going from the 1.6, 1.5, I guess, of this engine, the ZC engine, to the B18C. I'm torn on this because I think I'm going to keep the stock engine in it just for kicks and gigs. because I do want to see what the stock engine can do. Obviously, the B18C would probably be the better engine to put in this car, but I'm going to keep the standard engine in it just because I want to see what it does. So we're going to go full kill. We're going to fully build this car. So we're going like big cams, big bore up. I knew it was going to have a high lift S cam, so I was just like, I'll skip that for now. No forced induction options down here, but I expect there to be some. I see plenty of them right there. Going to add the, oops, wrong button. We're going to add the high compression pistons as well. Stage 2 weight reduction. I think we're already just off to the races with this car. Crankshaft upgrade. Fully customizable ECU. We are going to go balls to wall here. We got the big turbo kit as well, the high RPM turbo. We're going to throw that on as well. And then I think we're definitely going to need, it says we don't need the LSD. But we are going to do further weight reduction. The aerodynamic efficiency doesn't seem to really help too much. Do a stroke up. This engine is now going to be almost at 1.7 liters in displacement. Polish the ports up, make them look good. Give the intercooler upgrade. Our filter. This way we're starting to see some pretty large gains in power from the turbo. Over 300 horsepower now out of this 1.6, almost 1.7 liter engine. We're going to stick with the slotted rotors as well on that front. We're going full kill with this car, so every nut and bolt will be touched. And then, final piece de resistance, the racing soft tires. So this car is now set up to be as fast as it can be. We're going to go get a design for it as well. Obviously, we're going with something really cool retro race car livery. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking, this was exactly what I was looking for. Now this does utilize the wide body setup, so we are going to do that. I don't think we'll have to redo the weight reduction, which is a thing that I really don't want to do. May have to though. I didn't account for that. Okay, well it doesn't seem to be changing the weight. Yes sir, this was honestly one of my favorite like early race cars. I think you got this in GT5, and that's just it looks so good. It's a decent bit of cash to add on there, but man does it look good. I always love this livery, and I think this thing's gonna be so fun to drive on track. All right, we are back at Dragon Trail Gardens reverse. So obviously the fastest car to ever lap here is a 138 from the Corvette ZR1 C6 that I built for 700 performance point racing. But I think realistically this car is going to be shooting around that 144 mark, around that Volkswagen 1200 there. I do not think this is going to be like, you know, much faster than that Beetle if it gets close to it. I think honestly the most realistic position is going to slot between the two Volkswagen 1200s, that 4th and 5th spot. So let's see what happens. Let's see what she does. Okay, the rear end is a lot more skatey. This might be a car that needed the brake balance controller. All right, here we go. Braked way late. This thing's got a lot of body roll though, even on the racing suspension, which is kind of surprising. A lot of wheel spin there. I started feeling the wheel shudder a little bit in third. All right, into this left-hander. Let's see what she does. It sounds pretty good. It definitely is wheel spinny, but I mean, for it weighing like 1,700 pounds, that's not a lot of weight for a decent bit of power. I mean, 300 horsepower with this power to weight ratio with this thing is just absurd. Now I'm sure the B18 with the turbo in this car would be absurdly fast. If you can turbo the B18, I don't know if you can turbo the B18C. Seems like this lap around is a little bit better on that braking, that slide in the rear under the braking. All right, let's see this right-hand sweeper here. The last corner of the track. Gonna modulate the throttle a little bit, pin it. $147.8, not bad at all. And the brakes stop way better than the Ioniq does. This interior is pretty nice as well. I'm pretty happy with this one. Let's see what that did. Let's see what lap time that did and where it gets on the leaderboard. It's 147.8. Pretty solid time. Let's see where it lines up. And it is right where I thought it'd be. At first, I thought it could take that first Volkswagen, but I knew it kind of was like, I want to be a little bit more realistic. And so it did slot itself between the two Beetles. Great run. And I mean, look at that time difference. The stock car ran a 212. The fully built car ran a 147. So huge gains in lap time. And sure, the B18 probably be faster in this car, but I wanted to do this with the standard engine. So I really wanted to see what it could do. But yeah, I'm going to rate this car a 7 out of 10. I think I was very happy with it overall. It was kind of a car that I was just like, it's kind of in the update. I'm not really too like snippy or excited about it. Snippy, I guess, really wouldn't be the right word for it. But I wasn't really too stoked about it at first. I was just like, oh, it's another Civic. But I will say after getting to drive it, I'm a lot happier with it. It is really fun to drive. It's fun to mess with, and when you get the understeer under control, you get the wheel spin under control, it's very fun. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content coming soon, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.